Here's how I make my rock hard paper mache pulp. So I'm a person that saves egg cartons, so I had a pretty big stack of them. So I just take them and I just kind of rip them in about dime-sized pieces. I used quite a few cartons to make this paper mache pulp. Make sure to rip up more than you think because it kind of cooks down once you add the water to it.
My fingers hurt. What's that?
So once you got them all ripped up, you just bring it over to the sink and you fill it up full. Make sure that all of the pieces of cardboard are submerged under the water. I like to add something heavy on top to kind of make sure everything stays dunked. In this case, I used just 2 bowls that were filled with water to kind of keep everything submerged. So I go and I just put that in the corner and I let it sit overnight. Okay, for the next day, you just dump out your water. And then you're left with kind of your soggy, mushy egg cartons. So now you gotta blend her up. So start by adding 2 handfuls of the soggy cardboard. And then I get a mason jar full of just like very hot water. So I can add that as I need to. It won't blend up if it's too dry. So you just add that nice hot water to it. It seems like it softens it better. And also it's just not as gross when you kind of hand wring it out in the end. It's just, I don't like touching cold, yucky water. I'd rather squeeze out with hot water. It'll look like this kind of consistency. And then you take, I don't know, maybe 5 paper towels kind of folded on themselves. And then you just kind of take your hand and kind of wring it out the best you can of the water. And then you plop it in and then you squeeze it out. You don't need to give yourself a hernia or anything trying to get all the water out, but get out as much as you can. It's just going to help save with the drying time when it comes to adding the glue to your paper mache pulp. So now we take the wrung out cardboard and we add our glue. I like this Elmer's glue all stuff. I mean, I'm still able to use soap and water to clean it up, but it seems a little bit more industrial strength than just a regular Elmer's glue. But I just stir it up with my hand. I make sure I add enough glue because if you don't have enough glue, it's not going to work. It needs enough glue to kind of bind it all together. I used probably 3/4 of this big bottle of it to kind of go through probably half a coffee can. But here is kind of what it looks like. It's moldable, it's shapeable, and then I just put my lid on my coffee can and I just keep it stored in the refrigerator.